It's Charge Talks with Jan. Turning brokenness into ministries and stories into stepping stones, overcoming mountains and walking through valleys. It's Charge Talks with Jan.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Jan, and it is another amazing day to kickstart some very amazing things. So, I want to say thank you guys for the love and the support, and please remember, if you like the video, to give it a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and of course, if you have not yet done so, please subscribe to the channel. So, today we're going to be talking about the fact that a lot of times some persons blame it on the fact that they didn't do it perfectly. And they don't want to do it if it's not going to be perfect, if it's not going to be to the T. You know, the I's are not going to be dotted, the T's are not going to be crossed. But what I realized in reading and studying and just asking questions in general, it's not that persons fail because they didn't do it perfectly. No, it's because they didn't do it at all. Have you ever had a burning idea, like something that was just going through your mind, racing through your mind, and you're like, okay, I know that this is what I'm supposed to do, but because you didn't have what it took to do it perfectly, flawlessly, you took the time to self-sabotage and say, you know what, I'm not going to do this because it wasn't done perfectly. You know, it's not going to be done perfectly, so I'm not going to bother. 2 months later, if so long, you see somebody come up with the same advertisement. You know, you see somebody come up with the same idea for a business plan and they execute it. And then you sit eating popcorn one day and you see this advertisement pops up on the screen and you're like, shut up. Like, how did you? Yeah, guess what? Somebody else ran with the idea because, you know, somebody else saw a need for something like that and they did it. But because you were so focused on the fact that you want it to be done perfectly, you didn't even get up and do it any at all. So what I find is that even for myself, when I fail at something, it's not necessarily because I didn't do it perfectly. It's because I didn't do it at all. You know, I have a mentor that says, Jan, don't try, just do it. And I used to always be like, why shouldn't I try? Because in primary schools, they teach us that if at first you try and you don't succeed, you try and try again. And I was like, why can't I try? And if I don't get it right, then I'll leave it alone. She says, no, do it. Because if you go in with a mindset just to try, you know, it's as though you're saying, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. If it doesn't work, well, at least I tried. No. Go in it with the mindset to say, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. It may not be perfect, but I'm going to do it because repetition and, you know, keep putting in the work and keep adjusting what never looked good or what never felt good. It brings it to a point where now this work of art that you thought was just a little lame idea comes up to be a big avalanche. Like, it is amazing. And then what happens now is that idea that you have starts to attract some very creative minded people to say, you know what? I think I can add something to that. You know, I think that thought can be elevated if you put this to it, or this commercial could be better if you add that element to it. So when you start to do that, that creative juice starts to get flowing and persons start to become attracted to what it is that you're putting out. So do not let anything pass you by because you want it to be done so perfectly so you didn't even try. No. Do it. Go after it. I don't care how crazy your dreams are. And this is another thing too. Stop telling your dreams to people who their biggest idea is to walk into a shoebox. Like don't do that. You're just killing yourself. Like, seriously, you're just killing yourself. You know, write them down in a book or, you know, recite them to yourself in the mirror, but your biggest dream should scare the living bejesus out of you. Like, when you even think about it, when you conjure it up in your mind, it should scare you. Like, sometimes when I think about my biggest dreams and my biggest accomplishments that I want to go after, I'm like, whew, I know I can do this, but I just need to keep getting some years of practice because I know it's going to happen. I believe it's going to happen because if God didn't see me with the potential to do it or to speak or to edify or to admonish. He wouldn't dare put the gift of speaking down inside of my belly. Like, he wouldn't do it. And I think it is so unfair when people take the gifts that they were given, and instead of building on them and juicing them or milking them, as a friend of mine would like to say, we just put it aside and we're like, nah, it's not gonna be done perfectly, so why do it? Do it because it's necessary, because the world needs that mind-blowing idea that you have been sitting on for the last 15 years. They need it. Like, do you know how many persons like really and truly wanted to have like a career bike service where they deliver foods from different restaurants to persons living in communities, and they're like, no, nobody's gonna want that, but actually people do. And it was since Corona came in effect that persons realized that, hey, I don't have to ride on my bike every day and disturb the entire community. I can actually make a living riding on my bike. So we just have to understand that there are a lot of great ideas that we have, but we stifle them because we're thinking, okay, I need this to be done perfectly. No, you just need to do it. Like Nike said, just do it, So, and I believe that the persons who work at Nike, who created the Nike brand, they're just regular people like you and I. Like, the blood runs through their veins. They don't got no superhero talent or anything like that. They just have determination, drive, a stick-to-itness, and they just decide that no matter what, if this didn't work out, we're going to do something else because we're going to get it right. But it's not going to be because we did not do it. Right, guys? So I really and truly encourage you today that whatever it is that you need to step out, whatever product you need to launch, whatever project you have been sitting on, whatever idea you've been stuffing under your mattress, whatever great thinking you have been shoving into the oven, it's time to pull them out. It is time to lay them out on the drawing board and say, you know what? The year is almost over, but my idea has got to come to actualization. It has to come out and be what it was meant to be. So guys, thank you so much. I'm here playing with my Goldie wrap. Thank you guys so much for the love and the attention. And of course, keep doing good and walk good and be safe, guys, because I tell you, Corona is no joke. So be safe. Love you guys. Bye. See you in the next video.
It's Charge Talks with Jan. Turning brokenness into ministries and stories into stepping stones, overcoming mountains and